Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Okay. For my last black belt, I was something. I think I was around 18, 19 years old, and I was a young man trying to find myself. And little by little, I was finding who I was. And then, when I was 22 years old, it's like Sensei just said, I had an injury, and And I remember the only thing I remember that I couldn't remember what happened. I didn't even know why I'm in the hospital. I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm in here. And I don't even know how. I'm in the machines in me and everything. So I was so nervous, and I didn't understand. But as I keep going and going, I just tell myself that I could try to remember something. And I try little by little. And I keep going and going. And so when I started doing therapy in the hospital, they started, I was in a wheelchair. They told me to start like using the wheelchair, and I keep going. And I'm gonna lie, I was very mad because I couldn't use the wheelchair on my right side. And I'm gonna lie, I started like looking at the therapist right there, and I just get very mad, like, hey man, help me. But they don't wanna help me. But anyways, I just keep going, and finally they told me, oh, it's fine, you could go home now. So I was like, cool. I was like, cool, finally, because I hate being here in the hospital. So they finally did. And one thing that it touched me, that told me when I was in the hospital, the doctors, they told me that to go, they told me I'm gonna tell you, in 10 years, you're not gonna be able to walk, to talk, to remember who you are. You don't know who you know. You don't remember everything. And to me, that was the most in my life that I probably cried in my whole life. And yeah, so I was very mad. But when I got home, I told myself, I said, I don't want to cry all the time. I want to, my bad, check. I told myself, I want to be positive. So the first thing I did when I started able to start walking and talking, I walked just about 2 houses, and I walked back for my cane, and I said, go to my mom or anybody else right there. And my right leg was so weak, and it was so hard to do it, but my leg started shaking so much, and I said, whoa, man, okay, next week, I want to go to 4 houses, and I did. And I went to by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna go further. One time I walked too far. One time I'm like, how am I gonna go back? I'm like, oh, I'm so lucky I got a phone. I said, Mom, can you come get me? Yeah, but then after that, it was without my cane. I started walking, and I started going about 1 to 2 miles, walking up and back. And my mom, she asked me if I'd like to start into a 5K? Yeah, it was a 5K. Oh, yeah. And I told myself, like, a 5K, what is that? Because I don't know what the heck that was. Okay. And so she said, it's 3 miles that you could walk if you want to, or you could run. And so I think she told me about 3-4 months to train. So I started walking around for about, I tried the most I can, 2 miles, and I went to 2.5, then I did 3, then I went to 4. I'm like, ooh, I'm ready. I'm gonna get it. So that's one thing I did. My goal that I did, and I want to go the 5K under an hour, and I made it. I made it for just 1 minute and 30 seconds or something like that. And I was pumped up. I'm like,
his time was better than mine.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
She's not happy.
Yeah, so that's one thing about that always, for everybody else, if there's something that goes wrong, you have to be positive. That's one thing I always been to myself. I want to be positive. And so when I started going into speech and therapy and physical therapy, occupational, everything, I want to be positive all the time. And so as I keep doing therapy and everything for years and years, I used to see other people that have injuries too. And then I just told myself like, man, other people have brain injury and it's actually worse than me. I mean, they have car accidents, but it's not the same thing what happened to me. But when I seen the way that was, I don't want to be like most people. They're very miserable and they're not happy. And to me, you guys see me, I smile all the time. All the time. So all I did was I just want to just try the best way I can at everything I did. And so the most thing I want to say for everybody at the dojo, I'll say thank you for everybody for supporting me, because I remember into the hospital that everybody wants to come and support me and come to see me. And even though I probably can't remember, it means a lot. And plus on my family, you've been with me my whole time, ever since as a kid and all the way in the hospital and everything else. You always support me, and friends and fans and me, everybody else. It's been a journey. And only thing I want to say, just everybody, just like I said, be positive and be the best way you can, and do not quit, because even though if you can't do it one way for your life, you can always find something else that could make you happy, and you can find something else to be positive and all that kind of way. And I'm saying the same thing back to back like that. So good. All right, well, everybody, thank you.
So every time we are blessed to be able to do a black belt banquet, this took a while to do. As I had said earlier, we originally tried to do it at Dave Wong's, but it was so expensive that it would not have been probably as special as today is. We're lucky enough to be in one of the rooms for House of the Lord. We've all been blessed with the opportunity of being given these special gifts, the ability to teach, and teach the way that we do to impact lives. My black belts carry that on. And so I would like my black belts to come on up here, because I want to introduce you, because without you, there would not be me. And of course, my wife, without her, you know, I know a lot of my friends that want to open up dojos and things, and they couldn't, because their wives wouldn't let them. Black belt, 3rd degree, what do you mean your wife won't let you? Can you come out and play? No. But I have a wife that believes in me, supports me, and knows that when I first met her, I told her, I said, hey, if we're gonna date and get together, karate is my life. You tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna cut my arms off. This is my life, my heritage. And she's been there, and she gives me all the support that most people don't get. There's nothing that I can't do, because I have her cheering behind me. Like all the students who are thanking her for it, she's always there. She's always smiling, she's always supportive. And she's always there giving and saying, you can do this, you can do this. Take a deep breath. And a lot of you don't know what I do outside of karate. I've been retired for 12 years from TBI as an investigator. For 25,000 square miles is my territory with 20 investigators under me. You ever read about marijuana grow operations? Well, I helped bust them, because they were stealing our electricity. And so I ended up prosecuting a lot of those people, but been retired for 12 years. And now, from our one dojo, we have 5. And developing students into instructors to be able to teach the way that we do at the main dojo is difficult. But I give my students their first job. And when it's time for them to go on to another job or college, and they need a letter of recommendation, it's easy.